yeah, no. This is still some bunny sharp easy a bit, but we'll figure it out. Peace to everyone who just joined. Zanga, shout out, dog. Vilas Trowabantwana, shout out. Inako Mujela, shout out. Tebo, shout out, my G. Thank you all for joining me to listen to me mumbling about music production. So, first and foremost, the beat, the Sotra Cypher's part 48 beat is a sample. I mean, that I think goes without saying, really. You know, it's a sample, and I wonder if anyone can tell me which song I sampled here. XXA Quick Beats, Chafeda Machi, welcome, brother. Alright, let me not play guessing games. Let me jump straight to it. Alright, so the sample that I used for Sotra Cypher's part 48 is from a song called I Forgot to Be Your Love by an artist called William Bell. Most of us, by us I mean those of us who were born after the original song was made, we know that sample via Chahim. Is it Chahim? I forgot to be your lover. That joint. But the original artist was William Bell. I don't know much about William Bell. I just found the song and went to work. But yeah, do some research on him, find out more about William Bell. I'm not sure who produced the song. In fact, you know what? I think next time I do this, I must have all my things in order, so I can pass on. Okay, guys, this song was originally by so and so. It was produced by so and so, and blah blah blah. So the original song sounds like this. Have I told you? Right? So I took the pitch down and then I chopped it up and rearranged it, and this is what I came up with. I also added reverb. I added a few EQs there, 2 EQs. Took out the low end, right? Chopped it up, and this is how I played it. Right? And initially, I didn't have a snare to the beat, right? It was only the sample and the kick. So this is how I played the kick. Yes, right? Right? So it was. Right, and when Semi Kazim recorded his verse in the cipher, that's how the beat was. It was just a sample and all the other stuff, but without the snare, right? And then also, interesting fact, I shot Semi Kazim the one day, and then K Beast and Mellow Smash I shot the next day. So when they came through the next day, then I had added the snare. Right? So it's that, and then with some added percussions, I have this. right? That's from one of the many packs that I have called Block Loop. I can't remember where I got that from, but yeah, it's called Block Loop. So I hoid that in there as well. The next thing that I added, probably not in the same order, but yeah, next thing that I added was the hi-hats, right? This is how I played the hi-hat. I'm not sure if you can hear that. Yeah, so that's the hi-hat that I played there. Quick Beats is asking, what gave you the drive to resample the song? No, I forgot, because there's a very popular hip hop song where that sample was used, and I randomly remembered it, right? No, I forgot the name of the song, but I remember the sample because back in the day, when I was still in a group, quite a group called Bloodhounds, with my childhood homies, Kabza and Imi. We made a song using that very instrumental, and I just randomly remembered the song that we made, and yeah, I searched for the sample and I found it, and that's what inspired me using the sample. I hope that answers your question, Manik. SPeeKa is asking, didn't Scarface sample the song for my blog? I think that's the song. That's the song that I'm trying to remember, but I'm forgetting. My blog. So yeah, it's where was I? Hi-hats next. Alright, so up next, I added this sound. Getting the sound. It's from one of the many packs that I have. It's called Chant 11. That's what it's called. Alright. Cool. And then, and this is my favorite part of the beat. The part where it's an 808 drum, and then I don't know what this technique is called, but I play it and then it sort of goes down like zzz. So this is what it sounds like. Right? I'm not sure if you guys can hear that because it's playing at a very, very low frequency. Right? Yeah, so that zzz pops up every 4 bars. Yeah, every 4 bars or so. I hoe it in there. Love it. Alright, so this is how the first 8 beats, the first 8 bars of the beat go, right? When I just hoe in everything, including basically everything that I've just mentioned now. The kick, the snare, the percussions, the hi-hats, all of that stuff. This is what it sounds like, the first 8 bars. So, for those of you who have been following Sotla Cyphers for a long time, via the production, how I make the beats is that how I arrange them. I arrange them as 4 bar in like 4 bar segments, right? So, 8 bars. 8 bar segments, not 4 bars, 8 bars. So the first 8 bars will sound a certain way, and the next 8 bars, the beat will change somehow, right? And then in some instances, every 8 bar, let's say I have it a certain way for this 8 bars. When it changes again, when it goes to the next 8 bars, I change it, then it goes back to the first one. And then when it comes back again to the 8, I add something new again. So that's what I did with this beat here. So in the next 8 bars, what I added was the bass line. Right? So the zoo only takes place on the first 8. Because obviously if I play the zoo with the bass, they clash, so they won't sound nice, right? So you hear the right in the first 8, and then in the second 8 comes the bass, which sounds like this. Please let me know if you can hear the bass, because I'm not quite sure if it's audible, because it's playing at a very low frequency. Or right, so that comes in on the second portion, the second 8 bar section. All right, so then the beat then goes like this, right? Right, and then back to the first 8, and then when it comes back to the next 8, I added other elements. The elements that I added there, I went to this plugin that I love called Hypersonic. So I went into Hypersonic-ish in Dabaman. I'm struggling to show you guys my screen, you know, my FL Studio screen, so you guys can see how it looks, but I'll figure it out eventually. Right, so in the Hypersonic plugin, the settings that I used there was a vintage electric piano, amped whirly, and the bright legato strings, and the wah clef. Again, I'm not classically trained, so some of these words are gibberish to me, but that's what I selected. And then in matching all of those settings together, I came to this sound. It came to this sound. Right, and this is what I played. Right, right, so that comes in when that 8 comes back there, right? So I add that, and then another thing that I added are just normal soft legato strings and this is how that sounds. Super high pitched. I'm not sure if you can hear that. Right, so all of that comes in when the 8 bars then comes back. Yeah, so then I'll play it for you guys now. So it goes back to the initial 8, and then when it comes back with all those things that I just played now, this is how it sounds. right? So that's the beat. And then one more thing that I forgot to highlight as well, the percussions, these percussions here, that I also found in Hypersonic. The preset is called ethno percussion, and this is what you get in the in that particular preset. You get these sounds. Yeah, so I added air coda, so that's why it's right. So I played with these sounds. This one and this one. So just those two sounds, I played it like this. Yeah, it sounds like nonsense when I just play it like that. But with the beat, it makes more sense, right? So this is what it sounds like, right? Yep. And yeah, so that's the beat. And then obviously the chants came through. Semi Kazim. Play that Semi Kazim.
It's provoke, shoulda never let him see me up close. But no, Kazim never won for postponing. And I believe we gotta slaughter their goats. And big homies getting offered the ghost. Big OGs getting clocked and exploded like cannons locking and know that you wildin' when you get to sparring with Rolly. Leave you caught in a stony situation. Should realize for your homies I'm an oldie, but not a bastard. Fuck the broads if I'm lonely. Do the book and get to top of the lobby. This a really scary time for opponents. I hope you're mad cause I'm owning quicker than time is trying to try an abortion. Ain't no
shout out Semi Kazim.
Man, what up? Yo,
this is Mellow P Smash.
Yo, MBS nigga.
MBS nigga. Yeah.
Young spitter with an old soul, splinter in the dojo, stand meta hormone, a new age JoJo.
Sure.
I don't free these bozos, I'm sane but I'm local. Stack my money up and then I give it to the hobos. In the form of prontos, some memories and photos. Building blocks like Legos, there's more than we can find if we unite the ghettos, a new generation.
Right. And then lastly, shout out to K Beast, Loud Man. Shout out K Beast.
Loud man.
Loud man.
This is the reincarnation of Nut Turner and Flash the better the nation. Excellent exclamation exists as a salvation for kids who are giving drugs to mess up their respiration. Facing incarceration cause ignorance is bliss. Knowledge is...
Yeah. So that's the Sotra Cyphers part 48 beat. That's how I made it. I think that is a good place to end it. Thank you so much for checking it out, the Sotra Cyphers Part 48 beat breakdown. Please make sure that you subscribe to the YouTube channel. All right, SPeeKa RSA YouTube channel. That's where all the content is. Follow Sotra Cyphers on TikTok, and yeah, more content to follow. Much appreciated. Peace.